Is an American investigative journalist who has documented the lives of people in poverty, and she says, in any country, corruption tends to increase when more respectable means of social advancement break down. Let's all shun corruption to make our country a better place. Hello once again, and thanks for joining us on The Eagle, a program that chronicles the activities of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission. I am your host, Aisha Muhammad.
Imagine a society where everything works. Durable road networks, stable electricity supply, portable water, well-equipped and functional healthcare facilities, quality education for all, affordable housing schemes, social security benefits, job creation, and a lot more that makes life comfortable to live. That is an ideal society. We can only achieve these if we all play our part. Say no to corruption to enjoy these benefits. Kill corruption to save Nigeria. This message is from the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC.
Today on The Eagle, corruption, mother of all crimes, says Magu. Value degeneration among youth cause for concern. Magu wants Nupeng drivers against petroleum product diversion. And on our Vox Pop segment, we took to the streets to talk about cybercrime with the citizens, its ills and ways to prevent it. So please sit down, relax, and enjoy the program. Acting Chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission EFCC, Ibrahim Mustafa Magu, has described corruption as the mother of crimes militating against the country. Magu made this disclosure while receiving a delegation of Nigerian Archery Federation NAF at the Commission's headquarters in Jabi, Abuja. Martha Echi has details of their visit.
According to the anti-graft boss, corruption has to be eradicated or brought to its barest minimum for Nigeria to be a great nation again, stressing that corruption is the mother of all crimes and it is a disaster that needs to be curbed. He stated that until the citizens come together and decide to fight corruption in every way, the country will not move forward. Magu further appealed to every Nigerian to support the EFCC in its fight to protect future generations of the country, observing that Nigerians should not allow the country to be run down by criminals and looters.
The best way is to appeal to every Nigerian to support, because it is about the protection of our future generation. We cannot allow this country to be run down by criminals, by looters. No, it's not possible. This country belongs to all of us, so we must put heads together to get it done.
Magu also lamented the escalating rate of violent crimes, especially kidnapping and insurgency, stressing that corruption is the root cause of most of the crimes committed as proceeds of corruption are used in funding them. While expressing happiness with the visit, the EFCC boss noted that archery can be used as a tool to fight kidnapping and insurgency and also serve as a weapon of self-defense for every Nigerian. He therefore called on all Nigerians to be collectively involved in the fight against corruption so as to make Nigeria a better place. The president of the Nigerian Archery Federation, Mohammed Abdullahi, while applauding the commitment of the acting chairman and the zeal of the commission to fight corruption, noted that the EFCC needs the support of every Nigerian in every facet of the society, including the Nigerian Archery Federation. Abdullahi said it is for this reason that he decided to identify with the EFCC. The NAF president commended the commission for being a leading light in the fight against corruption, disclosing that archery can be a tool of help in the fight against corruption because it is a game of intelligence, precision and patience that requires one to be mentally sound.
Aim of coming here today is to first and foremost identify with the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, especially the chairman that we know is highly committed and is we can see the total dedication to duty to fighting corruption and keep corruption out of Nigeria. And we felt we should identify with the agency and in particular the person heading the agency. Our contribution, yes, we are into game of precision, we are into game of defense, and that is what is actually causing the menace to the country today. We are happy that EFCC is not lagging behind. Of course, it is more or less taking the pace and setting the pace for other agencies to copy the same thing. Two, we are also here to confer on him the patronship of the Federation. We have communicated that much earlier because we need him to also come in and support the game to grow. So we are joining hands with EFCC to ensure that we hit the target at every aim that we take. I am happy today that finally EFCC has joined the trend, and I'm sure the agency and particularly our patron here has the capacity to make this game blossom and produce smart officers from this agency.
Abdullahi further called on every Nigerian to support the fight against corruption, which he noted required information, surveillance and support of everybody in every way. He hoped to introduce the game to the commission and set up the EFCC chapter of the Nigerian Archery Federation at the EFCC Academy. Martha Eche, reporting for The Eagle.
Corruption is a cankerworm. Na cankerworm. I say na cankerworm. Na cankerworm. Corruption don't finish our country. Nigeria women rise up and come together. Oh yeah.
Every woman come out, but we fight corruption together. Oh, every woman fall out, but we kill corruption together. Oh,
Them they thief our money. Send them obodo yibo. Children they suffer every day. Better school in no day. Nigeria women come, oh, women from every sector. Make we fight corruption, we won't kill our country. Them go collect money for light, chop the money, light we no see. Good road and good health and call, we no see. I said na cankerworm, oh, na cankerworm, oh.
Join the EFCC in its crusade to rid Nigeria of corruption. Naija, now we all know.
Acting Chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission EFCC, Ibrahim Mustafa Magu, has expressed concern over the level of value degeneration among the Nigerian youth, stressing the need to act fast to save the future of the country. Magu stated this through the Commission's Ibadan zonal head, Friday Ebelu, who led a team of officers to pay a courtesy visit to the Oyo State Directorate of the National Orientation Agency, NOA. Martha Eche again has more on this.
The EFCC boss said they were at the NOA to sought assistance in pushing the Commission's anti-corruption message to the larger society, especially the youth, who are to take over the mantle of leadership of the country. He lamented the rate at which the youth are engaging in cyber-related crimes, adding that efforts to sensitize the public on the menace must be sustained. While commending the reach of NOA, Magu charged the agency to explore its strength to ensure a safe future for the country. He said, while admonishing parents to always guide and check the activities of their wards, the need to synergize on how to get back on track is very important. In her response, the Oyo State Director of NOA, Dolakbo Dosumu, reaffirmed the good and long-standing relationship between the two agencies, assuring that her agency will always be ready to assist the Commission in achieving its goals. She stated that NOA will work out modalities to involve the EFCC in its activities to sensitize the public on issues that relate to economic and financial crimes. Similarly, the EFCC team also visited the Oyo Osun Command Office of the Nigeria Customs Service, NCS, where the service assured the Commission of its support in efforts to wage effective war against economic and financial crimes in the country. While receiving the EFCC team in his office at the Customs House, Agudi, Ibadan, the area comptroller, Abdullahi Zulkifik, described the existing relationship between the two agencies as mutual and collaborative. He said apart from generating huge revenue for the government, the NCS is also empowered by Nigeria's constitution to enforce relevant laws designed to prevent influx of contraband into the country, adding that the two agencies need each other to achieve their respective mandates. Earlier, the EFCC zonal head, Friday Ebelu, told the NCS leadership in the state that a visit was to familiarize with officers of the command with a view to further strengthening the relationship between the two entities. Ebelu reiterated the commitment of the Commission in partnering with sister agencies to make Nigeria a better place. Martha Eche, reporting for The Eagle.
Corruption is dishonesty and illegal behavior by people in positions of trust. A public office is a public trust. Do not abuse positions of trust for private gains. Stay away from corruption. Nigeria is a great nation, and it is our responsibility to make the country greater. If you notice any act of corruption, please report to the EFCC via info@efccnigeria.org or call 09 904 4751 or 09 904 4752. You can also call 09 904 4753. This message is from the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC.
Chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, Ibrahim Mustafa Magu, has warned banks to ensure a proper monitoring of their staff to stem the increasing tide of insider abuse and compromise of confidentiality among bank staff. Magu, who stated this in Gombe, the Gombe state capital, during an interactive session with regional compliance officers of Commercial Bank, was represented by the Gombe zonal head of the commission, Michael Wetkas. Abbas Abubakar Umar has the details of what transpired.
Magu told the bankers that banks are critical stakeholders in EFCC's operations, noting that it was for the roles of banks that the EFCC Establishment Act 2004 reserved some sections for financial institutions. He expressed concern that there are saboteurs in the fight against corruption within the banking industry and that the actions of such saboteur bankers are unacceptable to the Commission, noting that some bank staff were in the habit of going behind the Commission to notify customers whose accounts were placed on post-no debit, aiding and abetting crime and obstructing the will of justice, instead of assisting the Commission as stipulated by law. He urged banks to always do proper background checks before employing their staff to avoid employing people with questionable characters. The acting chairman further cautioned banks to always activate the Know Your Customer KYC requirement by verifying the addresses of their customers before opening any account in order not to give room for fraudsters to open account for illicit or fraudulent transactions. He strongly appealed to bankers to report any suspicious transaction as required by law, especially at this point in time when tenures of public office holders are about to come to an end. The EFCC boss, however, appreciated the cooperation his commission was getting from the bankers while soliciting for more. Abbas Abubakar Umar reporting for The Eagle.
Imagine a society where everything works. Durable road networks, stable electricity supply, portable water, well-equipped and functional healthcare facilities, quality education for all, affordable housing schemes, social security benefits, job creation, and a lot more that makes life comfortable to live. That is an ideal society. We can only achieve these if we all play our part. Say no to corruption to enjoy these benefits. Kill corruption to save Nigeria. This message is from the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC.
Petroleum tanker drivers of the Nigerian Union of Petroleum and Natural Gas Workers, NUPENG, in the Niger Delta area, have been warned to steer clear of product diversion and collusion with illegal oil bunkers. The acting chairman of the EFCC gave the warning when executives of petroleum tanker drivers of NUPENG paid him a courtesy visit. Again, Abbas Abubakar Umar has details on this.
Speaking on behalf of the acting chairman, the head of operations, the Port Harcourt Zonal Office, Abdurrashid Bawa, disclosed that tanker drivers are increasingly getting involved in illegal oil bunkering crimes through product diversion and carriage of illegal petroleum products. He said the members are being used for illegal diversion of products and some members are protecting criminals from being arrested, which is worrisome, stressing that NUPENG is known for comradeship, not collusion. The anti-graft czar disclosed that the commission have over 500 trucks in custody for investigation and possible prosecution on illegal oil bunkering. This, he said, is not good enough, as he advised them to desist from such practice. Magu further charged the drivers to come forward with modalities of tackling illegal movement of their trucks in order to stem the tide of daily arrests. He also tasked the drivers to key into the whistleblowing policy of the government by offering useful information to the EFCC on the activities of drivers suspected to be fraudulent. In his response, chairman of the Petroleum Tanker Drivers, Comrade Ezenwa Kingsley, explained that NUPENG had never supported any of its members involved in product diversion or collusion with illegal oil bunkers. He said their association has a policy that the union can never cover up or associate with anyone caught in any illegality, as they made billboards of culprits of product diversion and have a task force checking any form of infraction by their members. Another member of the delegation, Comrade Moses Benibo, said that the union was becoming helpless over the activities of the route drivers, stressing that there are big shots involved in the business of product diversion and their lives could be at risk if they tackle them on their own. Abbas Abubakar Umar reporting for The Eagle.
Corruption is dishonesty and illegal behavior by people in positions of trust. A public office is a public trust. Do not abuse positions of trust for private gains. Stay away from corruption. Nigeria is a great nation, and it is our responsibility to make the country greater. If you notice any act of corruption, please report to the EFCC via info@efccnigeria.org or call 09 904 4751 or 09 904 4752. You can also call 09 904 4753. This message is from the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC.
If you're just joining us, the program is still The Eagle, coming to you from the stables of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC. Cybercrime is a crime in which a computer connected to the internet is the object of the crime, such as hacking, phishing, spamming, or is used as a tool to commit an offense like pornography, hate crime, among others. Cybercriminal may use computer technology to access personal information, business trade secrets, or use the internet for exploitative or malicious purposes. In the quest to understand more about this crime and some possible ways in preventing it, our correspondent Ilyasa Haruna Bala again went to the streets of the Federal Capital Territory to chat with some citizens on this. Over to you, Ilyasu.
In today's world, It is difficult to get through the day without interaction of a cell phone, computer, or other electronic devices connected to the internet. Technology today is simply all around us in everything we do, from work to our leisure time. We use technology to perform our jobs every day, leaving us vulnerable to cyber attacks whenever we get online. Cyber criminals have become the world's most dangerous criminals simply because they can act covertly and from anywhere in the world. Is there a law in Nigeria that prevents this crime? Yes, there is Cyber Crime Act 2015. The act states that any other activity that adversely affects or threatens the security, confidentiality, integrity, or availability of an IT system, infrastructure, communication networks, device, or data. Other activities include and not limited to child pornography, have a maximum punishment of imprisonment for a term of 10 years or a fine of not more than 20 million naira or both. In the quest to understand how knowledgeable Nigerians are about this law, here is their response.
Cybercrime is a crime that has been committed via the computer using the internet.
What I can say about cybercrime is the crime being committed in the internet and all these hackers that used to hack computers.
Cybercrime, maybe to a layman or to us that are laymen, we talk about computer-oriented crimes. Crimes that has to do with use of our computers. The computer may not necessarily be our laptops or desktops. I think our palm tops, our phones or of any kind can also serve as instruments of cybercrime.
Speaking on the ways to combat the crime, the respondents advise firms to protect their IT infrastructure like networks and computer systems.
My message to them is for them to be secretive about their password or PIN code, whatever they use to open their system should be well preserved from being accessed by these people with criminal intentions.
My advice to them is just that, number one, the most important thing that they should make sure their network is well encrypted. Understand? Make sure that there's no loopholes in their network. Make sure that their networks are very well encrypted. And number two, they should, screen their workers very well, because there are times that cybercrime actually happens inwards, not from the outside world. It happens from the inside world, from the inner world. So they should make sure their workers are have integrity and all that.
To the bank, I would like to tell them to protect their system from hackers, so that they should report any huge amount of money withdrawn from the bank.
The respondents also call on government to ensure enforcement of the cybercrime laws in the country and advise computer and other internet users to secure their computers and mobile phones.
They should not open every other random link sent to them. They should always use very strong password combinations on their phones.
My advice to them is never to give out your PIN no matter what online. Maybe when you're purchasing anything online, never to give out your PIN.
Advice to mobile users is that when you are visiting websites, make sure you are visiting the original site. Don't just click on any link that is sent to you. Make sure where you are going to is actually where you want to go to, and make sure you confirm the originality of the website link given to you.
One of the most palpable effects of cybercrime is its disastrous monetary consequences. The main aim of any cybercrime is economic. That is, most crimes are committed with the goal of securing greater wealth. According to a 2013 study conducted by the InfoSec Institute, cybercrime makes up a whopping 0.4% to 1.4% of the global GDP. That is about $400 billion annually. This large-scale crime negatively impacts on the economy and is present in virtually every developed or developing nation. Ilyasu Haruna Bala, reporting for The Eagle.
And that's all we can take on today's episode of The Eagle. To be part of the program, you can send your inquiries and suggestions to The Eagle at efccnigeria.org or search and follow us on all our social media platforms. @official EFCC. My name is Aisha Muhammad. I leave you with these rotten words from Kamal Hassan, who says, when you don't take a stand against corruption, you are tactically in support of it. So let us be the change we want to be, and it should begin with you and I. Let's all shun corruption to make our country a better place. Goodbye, and God bless Nigeria.